Hey, hi, Evan. Hi, everyone. Welcome to 20 sessions. How's all? All good? Okay. Hi, Pyasa. Can anyone let me know what was the topic we covered last class?
Quadratic equations.
Quadratic equation. Today also quadratic equation. Any difference?
And equations.
We have covered. We have done representation and relationship between coefficients and the roots, right? Second thing we have done nature of roots. Agree? So, my dear friends, today we are having another two topics. One is transformation, one is common root, and one most important topic, that is Newton's formula. Oh my god, ma'am, Newton formula was in physics, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So now we are having very important thing named Newton formula in quadratic. And when you're able to recognize, Harini, that this is Newton's formula case, I need to apply, the question will be sorted. If I'm unable to recognize that the question will be based upon Newton formula, I'm not able to, never be able to in JEE to attempt that question, right? Okay, Tanisha, Dia.
Okay, ma'am.
So let's get started.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I guess everyone got the importance, how important, and mind its friends, this Newton formula and common roots are very common topic for JEE. Okay. So what's all ready? Okay. So it would be my pleasure if maximum of you will be in active mode rather than sleeping mode, because there is a review from every teacher in as included me, that this English where students don't speak, they keep on mute. Let's prove them wrong, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
because actually na, it happens when you speak alone na, it seems you are just teaching the walls. There's no one living things to who is hearing you, right? What do you say?
Yes, ma'am.
So your energy automatically get down that students are not listening you, let's leave it, no need to teach them. Some feeling like this now. So I think everyone will be active. Okay. Hey, hi, good Mannat.
Hello, ma'am.
So let's get started. Everyone is full of energy. Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So be ready with your notebook and pen. We will cover these two topics plus Newton's formula. Ready, everyone? Okay.
Yes.
Very first, there is a case that one student, Tanisha, already attempted the homework and she was having doubts from that. So, Tanisha, let me know this B1. Yes. Which question,
Ma'am,
Tanisha?
B2.
B?
2.
B2. Tanisha, I think you got confused what it means actually, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It means they are asking alpha plus 1 by alpha plus beta plus 1 by beta plus gamma plus 1 by gamma plus delta plus 1 by delta. Now it's clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Now it can be done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next out.
Ma'am, B5 question.
B5 was same question was attempted in the class and its answer was, I guess, fourth. It was a class problem.
Ah, yes,
Agree?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next.
Ma'am, section C.
Hmm.
First problem, how to...
If the roots are real, if roots are real, it means its d is greater than equals to 0.
Yes, ma'am.
So it means b square 4 minus 4ac minus minus plus 64a greater than equals to 0. So 64 is greater than equals to minus 4. So A must be greater than equals to minus 1 upon 16. So option 3 is the correct.
Okay, ma'am.
Any other?
Ma'am, C6 one.
C6. If the roots of the equation are real, they said its root. Same question is there, na? You can just reconnect it that x square minus 8x plus minus 6a plus a square is equals to 0. Take that d is greater than equals to 0. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now it's clear. So this question was in also recap. So this was already covered. Can anyone let me know the first question? Who knows the concept? We have done a shortcut for this. Remember, one root is alpha plus root beta, Dia. Then second one must be better mute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
If one root is alpha plus beta, then the second must be. Hey Vatsal, if one root is alpha plus root beta, then second will look like.
Alpha minus root beta.
Wow. So this concept can be implemented in the first question, dear.
Yes, ma'am.
Now they said if the product of root is 7, then you can find the product of roots. It means they are saying k plus 5. K plus 5 is 7. So k must be 2. Khatam. What do you say? Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as I already told you, today we will cover 2-3 topics very important. One was common roots, another was Newton's special formula, and one another thing was transformation of equation. So let's get started. So just listen carefully. If a quadratic equation is there, ax square plus bx plus c, right, Gaurav? And two roots are there. One is alpha, another is beta. Clear, bachcho?
Yes, ma'am.
If it is given that ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, there is a quadratic equation which is having two roots. One is alpha, another is beta as well. Plus, up one another thing was given, that was a relation that Sn is equals to alpha raised to power n plus minus beta raised to power n. Either plus or either minus. Right, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
So they said you need to learn that, but I will not recommend. I will just tell you that you just get to know that when these two things are given, it means you will lead to Newton's formula, right, Vatsal?
Yes, ma'am.
So Gaurav, what I can do now? Good Mannat.
Yes, ma'am.
In the same way, if three roots are given, again relation between these two roots with the power of n are given. Let me show you how to implement, because things are coming into mind that we need to memorize this formula. Then it's quite problematic, na? Right? Let me show you. It was a question in 2011. Firstly, I will make you to learn how to implement. So can you see, uh, it is given that a raised to power n is alpha raised to power n minus beta raised to power n, and alpha and beta are the roots of the given quadratic equation. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
So when these two things, Harini, come to the question, it means I need to move ahead with the PSR.
Yes, ma'am.
Newton's formula.
Ah, wow. So it means, let me check how to implement. It is given that alpha square minus 6 alpha minus 2 is equals to 0.
Yes,
If I
ma'am.
multiply this whole equation by alpha raised to power 8, it will be alpha raised to power 10 minus 6 alpha raised to power 9 minus 2 alpha raised to power 8 is equals to 0.
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, beta raised to power 10 minus 6 beta raised to power 9 minus 2 beta raised to power 8 is equals to 0.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, as per the question, it is negative. So I will subtract these two equations. So it will be alpha 10 minus beta 10. Minus 6 common. Alpha 9 minus beta 9. Minus 2 common. Alpha 8 minus beta 8. Agree everyone? That is equals to 0.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
alpha 10 minus beta 10. When you will put n is equals to 10, it will be A10 minus 6 A9 minus 2 A8 is equals to 0. Right, Bacho? So
Yes, ma'am.
A10
Yes.
minus 2A8 will be 6A9. It means A10 minus 2A8 divided by 2A9 is equals to 3. So answer for this question will be 3. Clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Anyone is having any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So will you all able to recognize that it will be the case of Newton's formula?
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you see the next question? I will give you 2 minutes to implement this. Just look at what formula I need to record. Will it be a case of direct question or will it be a case of Newton's formula?
Ma'am, Newton's formula.
Okay, great. Would you like to implement?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, friends, done.
Ma'am, not able to solve.
Okay, anyone? Just see. It was given sum of roots and product of roots. The equation must be x square minus xx minus x minus 1 is equals to 0. Agree?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So now it is given that Pn minus 1. It means if alpha is put in this, then alpha square must be equals to alpha plus 1. So
Yes, ma'am.
if I required n minus 1, I need to multiply it by n alpha raised to power n minus 1. So it will be alpha raised to power n plus 1 is equals to alpha raised to power n plus alpha raised to power n minus 1. Right or not?
Can't understand this.
See, I need n plus 1 because n plus 1 and n minus 1 was mentioned to me. Can you see, Harini?
Yes, ma'am.
So if it is mentioned alpha square is there, then what power should I multiply of alpha so that I get the n plus 1? So I just multiplied n minus 1 power.
Yes, ma'am.
So similarly, it will give you that beta n plus 1 is equals to beta raised to power n plus beta raised to power n minus 1. Agree, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Now look at the question. You required plus or minus? Plus. Then we will add alpha n plus 1 plus beta n plus 1 is equals to alpha n plus beta n plus alpha raised to power n minus 1 plus beta raised to power n minus 1. Clear or not? So this
Yes, ma'am.
alpha raised to power n plus 1 beta n, it is 29. That is equals to Pn plus alpha n minus 1 beta n minus 1 is 11. It means Pn value will be 80. Question asked me Pn square. So its square will be 324, dear bacha party.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a quite simple question.
Yes, ma'am.
So ready for the next?
Yes, ma'am.
So this was a question PYQs based upon your Newton formula. Now we are having transformation of equation. I will just give you one example. As you guys are in 12th, 10th, when you guys are in 10th, you was having the question like this. Suppose we are having a equation ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Alpha and beta are roots, right? If question asks you that find the equation whose roots are, let's say, alpha by 2 and beta by 2, then how you will find that? Can anyone let me know? Any answer? It was in class 10 now.
By finding the sum and product.
Okay, yeah, that was a traditional method, everyone know. It
Yes,
was in
ma'am.
your
Yes,
book,
ma'am.
right,
Yes,
everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So Ronak, what I need to do now, we have a shortcut. So basic traditional method everyone know, so I need not to repeat that method. Agree?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So now what I will teach you, I will let you know that, let's say I need 2 alpha and 2 beta. What I will say let x is equals to 2 alpha. So alpha is equals to x by 2. Hey everyone, just put this alpha in this equation. It means a into x square by 4 plus bx by 2 plus c is equals to 0. So this will be the new equation whose roots are 2 alpha and 2 beta. Just wow. What do you say?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So quite easy.
Yes, ma'am.
So Dia, if I need to find the equation for 1 upon alpha and 1 upon beta, what I will put?
Alpha equals to 1 by x.
X is equals to, firstly, be quick, alpha is equals
1 upon
to 1
alpha.
upon alpha. It means alpha is equals to 1 upon x. And everyone know that alpha is its root and alpha will satisfy this equation. So this equation will be a upon x square plus b upon x plus c is equals to 0. Right, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So Vatsal, for the C part, can you tell me what I need to put?
Alpha plus 2 equal to x.
Wonderful. So alpha plus 2 is equals to x. It means I need to just replace alpha is equals to x minus 2.
2.
So now everyone just got the name, that transformation of equation. So actually you're transforming your equation to new roots. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so Avni, good Manat, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Aryan also clear, right, Aryan? Aditya, Aryan?
Yes, न्यूटन लॉ का पूछना है।
न्यूटन लॉ एक बार फिर से बता दें। आर्यन, आपको हिंदी में समझ आता है या इंग्लिश में समझ आता है?
मैं हिंदी में समझाती
हिंदी में समझा दो। आर्यन, मैंने ये बोला, बेटा एक म्यूट करिए, मेरी आवाज डबल हो रही है। आर्यन, मैंने ये बोला कि भाई मेरे पास जब क्वाड्रेटिक दी होगी जिसके दो रूट है अल्फा और बीटा, ठीक, और साथ में ही उसी इक्वेशन में मुझे अल्फा की पावर n और बीटा की पावर n में प्लस या माइनस में एक रिलेशन दे रखा होगा, ठीक है ना।
ओके मैम।
तो मुझे न्यूटन्स लगाना है और न्यूटन के लिए फॉर्मूला दे रखा है, बट हमने उसको इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करा, हमने सीधा सीधा अपने कंसेप्ट को ही आगे बढ़ाया। क्लियर?
ओके मैम।
तो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ऑफ इक्वेशन इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन. Now a very first example for you that how to implement transformation in this. Ready? Just
Yes,
have a
ma'am.
look. What we learned actually in the last slide. We will just put x is equals to alpha minus 2 divided by alpha plus 2. What do you say?
Yes, ma'am.
How many of you remember that in trigonometry I taught you one concept, one shortcut, Harsh? What was that? When some same thing is plus or subtracted from numerator and denominator, what I need to implement?
Component and dividend.
Component.
So when we got to know that component, we just apply C and D. So it means x plus 1, x minus 1 is equals to alpha minus 2 plus alpha plus 2 divided by alpha minus 2 minus alpha minus 2. Agree? So 2 and
Yes,
2
ma'am.
cancel, alpha and alpha cancel. It means x plus 1 divided by x minus 1 is equals to 2 alpha by minus 4. It means alpha by minus 2. It means alpha is equals to minus 2 times x plus 1 divided by x minus 1. So what I need, just I need to transform x2 minus 2x plus 1 divided by x minus 1. After solving, I will get the final answer. Quite easy. Clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt till there?
No, ma'am.
Great. So 2 topics are done and they are clear. Any confusion?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Great. So now very important topic, that is common roots. Dear friends, let's have a one story. If I have an equation, I have two equations. One is a1x square, a b1x plus c1 is equals to 0. And another equation is a2x square plus b2x plus c2 is equals to 0, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If this is also having two roots, alpha and beta, and this equation is also having two roots. One is, let's say, gamma and another is delta, right here. If we are talking about common root, everyone knows the meaning of common in general. What is common?
Same.
Same in both.
है ना, सेम क्वालिटी, वो अपन बोलते हैं ना हम दोनों में ये चीज कॉमन है, राइट. सो कॉमन का मतलब क्या है कि सेम. तो कॉमन अगर दो चीजें है आपके पास, यू आर हैविंग टू थिंग्स, आई आल्सो हैव टू थिंग्स, सो दैट व्हाट पॉसिबिलिटीज आर देयर. आइदर वन थिंग कैन बी कॉमन or either both can be common. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It means when first case will be there, it means if the equation 1 is having root alpha and beta, then equation 2 will have the roots alpha and gamma, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Second one,
Yes.
both roots are common. Both are common. It means both are same. And if both roots are same, how many of you agree that equations will coincide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Coincide, it means their equations will be just proportional to each other. If let's say one equation is x square plus x plus 1 is equals to 0, then other must be 2x square plus 2x plus 1 is equal 2 is equals to 0. So they are
Yes,
having same roots. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Second
Yes, ma'am.
case for Mannat, I can say that a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2 is equals to c1 upon c2. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone having any confusion?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
आनंद, मैंने बोला कि दो क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन हैं, दोनों के पास रूट्स हैं, दो एक कंडीशंस पॉसिबल अगर कॉमन की बात है, या तो एक रूट कॉमन होगा दिया या दोनों कॉमन होंगे पिया साहब.
Yes, ma'am.
और
Yes, ma'am.
दोनों कॉमन होने पे दोनों कॉमन होने पे तो बहुत सिंपल सी कंडीशन है कि मेरी जो लाइंस है वो कोइंसाइड करेंगी, बिल्कुल एक जैसी दिखेंगी। क्लियर
Yes, ma'am.
एवरीवन?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
हर्ष, हर्षल, लोहित, प्यासा, गौरव, गुरमन्नत।
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है। एक्चुअली में पता है क्या होता है बच्चे, कई बच्चों को लगता है कि मैम ने इस बच्चे का नाम लिया, मेरा नहीं लिया। कुछ बच्चे ऐसे भी बैठे होंगे, मैं बताती हूँ। जैसे पूजिता, ऋतिक, ऋतु, रौनक, ऐसा होता है। जैसे आदित्य देखो, सुल्फिकर, शिवम। तो ये पता है क्यों होता है? जैसे वेदांत, राजे, भैभव। तो ये क्यों होता है? इट इज अ फैक्ट। लाइक जो बच्चे बोलते रहते हैं ना, उनका नाम ऊपर ना बाउंस होता रहता है स्क्रीन पर। जो बच्चे 1 सेकंड के लिए भी माइक ऑन करते हैं ना, उसका नाम बाउंस हो जाता है, तो टीचर को वो नाम दिख जाता है। अब ऐसा तो हो नहीं सकता, क्योंकि एक टीचर इतने सारे बैचेस पढ़ाता है कि सबके नाम याद हो जाए, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता ना। और अगर अपन ऑफलाइन हो तो शक्लें याद हो जाती हैं। क्या कहते हो? तो
Yes.
भाई बोलते रहिए ताकि आप, ठीक है अवनी? तो मतलब बोलते रहिए, ये थम्स अप, थम्स डाउन, ये सब भेजते रहिए। ग्रेट। तो दैट्स परफेक्ट, ऑल राइट। इसका मतलब सब जग रहे हैं, किसी को ज्यादा, क्योंकि आप लोगों के बैच में तो ज्यादा ठंड वाले एरिया के बच्चे ही नहीं है।
मैम मैं हूँ
वत्सल, वत्सल आप कहाँ से हो?
नागपुर महाराष्ट्र।
महाराष्ट्र में इतनी ठंड थोड़ी, इससे ज्यादा ठंड तो हमारे पंजाब में पड़ गई।
सही बात है,
नागपुर में
हमारी बहुत ठंड है।
हाँ बहुत ठंड है आज हमारे यहाँ पे, सूरज नहीं निकला आज। अब ऐसे ही रहेगा अगले हफ्ते 10 दिन। जितने हमारे घर में कपड़े, गर्म कपड़े भरे होंगे, सब हम निकाल लेंगे, जाइयां मोटी मोटी निकाल लेंगे, फिर ठंड चली जाएगी। राइट दिया?
यस मैम।
ठीक है, तो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड। बाकी तो मेनी स्टूडेंट्स आर देयर जिनके यहाँ ठंड नहीं है, बिल्कुल आराम से एसी वाला मौसम होगा। So dear friends, two conditions were there. Second was very quite simple. We already covered. Agree? So for the first condition, we need to work when one root is common. See, when one root is common, what I can think. Let's say you are having one equation is a x square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, whose roots are alpha and beta. Another equation is, let's say, Lx square plus mx plus c is equals to 0, whose roots are alpha and gamma. So dear, what you do? You will say na both this root is common in both.
Yes
You will
मैम।
just satisfy these roots in the equation and equate them. One method is this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But that's going to be quite tedious. Then I have another method, very simplified method. Just listen carefully. These two equations are there and they are having one common root. One formula is written at the bottom. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
But this
Yes
is
मैम।
quite tedious to learn.
Yes, ma'am.
यस मैम।
Let's have a way to shortcut. Dear friends, I will just make these parallel lines. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
This is clear, right? Let's see. A1, C1, A2, C2. A1, B1, A2, B2, B1, C1, B2, C2. Now quite simple.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now
Yes
everyone
मैम।
know that I can multiply diagonally. It means A1, C2, then minus from your side, from down to up, A2, C1, right? It's clear. Clear? This is a method I think many students covered in area of triangle of class 10th, or might be you have covered in a cross multiplication method of linear equations of class 10th.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So rest, can you speak up? A1, B2 minus A2, B1. Then B1, C2 minus B2, C1. Agreed here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Quite simple to learn.
यस मैम।
Okay. So now you are having a question that you have to find the values of m. You have to find values of m for which the equation have a common root. Can you see? Have a common root. A means one common root.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So one method is that I will show you a solution that you are having a common root. What you will say, which is having all the given coefficients, you just find its factors. We will find it minus half and plus half and minus 2, right? Satisfy in the second equation and you will get m, different m's. That will be the values of m. One method is that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Another, we just learned one method. What was that? 3, 2, 2 minus 2, its square is equals to 3, 4m, 2, 3 into 4m, 2, 3 minus 2. Right, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
just solve this and calculate m. Right, everyone? Anyone having any confusion? Then let me know once.
मैम जो फर्स्ट मेथड दिखाया आपने उसके अंदर 1/2 और -2 दोनों को हम पुट करके
जी
देखते
जी,
हैं।
दोनों का, बिल्कुल दोनों का, क्योंकि जब यहाँ पे भी m निकलेगा तो क्वाड्रेटिक बनेगी, 2m आएंगी।
ओके मैम।
ठीक है, बढ़े आगे।
Yes, ma'am.
यस मैम।
Okay. Now another. You are having two equations are there in which b is not equals to c have a common root. One common root is there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Now it's quite tedious if I just apply that shortcut method. Agree? So what I will see, I will say if these roots are having alpha and beta, then it must have alpha and gamma.
Yes, ma'am.
यस
Then a alpha square plus 2c alpha plus b is equals to 0. In the same way, a alpha square plus 2b alpha plus c is equals to 0. What will be striked? That I can subtract the equations. It will be cancelled.
Yes, ma'am.
2 alpha is
Yes.
common, c minus b plus b minus c is equals to 0. It means 2 alpha plus 1 is equals minus 1 is equals to 0. So alpha is equals to 1 upon 2. If alpha is 1 upon 2, I can put in any of the equation. It means a into 1 upon 4 plus c plus b is equals to 0. It means a plus 4c plus 4b is equals to 0. Hence proved. Cleared?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt? Any confusion?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am. No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So another question is there. Now you are having two equations and they are having a common root. You need to find the relationship between A and B, A, B, and C. Question is just similar to the last question. Should I give you 2 to 3 minutes to solve this question? किस किस को करना है भाई? Tanisha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Should I give you time?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Take your time. Yes, Aditya. Hey, hi, Devayut. Anyone any facing any problem in any of the class? Any issue? Aditya, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Yes, done. Yes, everyone. Bani baat?
No, ma'am.
See,
Yes, ma'am.
one method is the same, that you can just multiply this equation by B and this is by A. Okay. Another was the same thing, shortcut we have done. AC BA, that is equals to, it's square, ABBC into BCCA. Right, dear bacha party?
Yes, ma'am.
A square minus BC whole square is equals to AC minus B square into AB minus C square. Just multiply the thing, solve it, you will get the answer. Right, everyone? So just have a look. When you solve it, you will find that A cube plus B cube plus C cube is equals to 3ABC. And you might remember that this formula will be applicable. Either the A plus B plus C is equals to 0, or A is equals to B is equals to C. How many of you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt, any confusion till there?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So conditions for both roots are common, is clear to everyone? We will just equate the ratios.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you attempt this question? It's from 2013. Yes. Any doubt, any confusion?
बट मैम
Yes, Ron.
ये जो प्रोपोर्शनलिटी वाला था वो तो जब दोनों रूट्स कॉमन हो तब होता है।
Actually, here's a doubt. Here's a missing word, that both root are both common root. Must be replaced with both.
Thank you.
Ma'am, option A.
Okay. Yeah, that's correct. That's perfectly all right. Hanji, Baki.
Option A.
Option A. Yes, friend, sorted. Done. Ready to answer?
No, ma'am. Solving.
Okay. Ritu, Samir, Shivam, Sulfikar, ready? Vedant. It was a quite simple question. Remember what we have done? We have done na, if both roots are common, then a upon 1 is equals to b upon 2 is equals to c upon 3 is there. Then what should be the ratio? 1:2:3?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, friends. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now there is a question from 2023. Ready?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Take your time.
मैम इसका हिंट दे दो।
Okay. So, Manna, when I will give you hint, you guys will say, "Oh my God, that's quite simple," right? Dear friends, just see middle like 8, 6, 4, 2. What I can do, I can just divide the whole equation by e raised to power 4x.
Yes, ma'am.
So it will be e raised to power 4x minus e raised to power 2x minus 3 minus 1 upon e raised to power 2x plus 1 upon e raised to power 4x. Clear? So e
Okay.
raised to power 4x plus 1 upon e raised to power 4x plus minus is common, e raised to power 2x plus 1 upon e raised to power 2x minus 3. Clear?
यस मैम।
So just have a look. Can I see it is 2 raised to e raised to power 2x whole square plus 1 upon e raised to power 2x whole square minus e raised to power 2x plus 1 upon e raised to power 2x. Dear bacha party, whenever you find question like this, na, this expression, and this was when you go through the 2023 questions, na, so that was a common pattern followed by JEE. 3 to 4 questions came the same pattern. See what I will put. You can just see e raised to power 2x can be t. Now this question will be t square plus 1 upon t square minus t plus 1 upon t minus 3, right? Do you know that t plus 1 upon t's whole square can be written as t square plus 1 upon t square plus 2. It means its value will be t plus 1 upon t's whole square minus 2, right, Harini? Minus t plus 1 upon t minus 3. Now I just need to put t plus 1 upon t is equals to p, and I will just find the quadratic equation. Will it be clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see the next question. By seeing this question, there will be a query in your mind that, ma'am, it just look like newtons, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But thing is that they didn't mention alpha raised to power and beta raised to power any relation. It was not mentioned.
Yes,
Agree?
ma'am.
But just think, we didn't show our dependency on this. Remember?
Yes, ma'am.
We remember how to solve. Just same way method. X square, just take it as 7x plus 1 and start multiplying. You can say it's a square is equals to 7a plus 1, right? So what you will do? You will just multiply it by to get the
A,
raised to power 21. What I need to multiply?
A19.
Yes. Take 2 minutes of time and solve it. Yes, everyone. Need my help?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, you got to know that you can just find how to find. If I you just multiplied a raised to power 19, I guess you will not able to find the exact value, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what I can do, I can just rewrite it as a square minus 1 is equals to 7a. Just carrying on both sides, it will give me a raised to power 4 plus 1 minus 2a square is equals to 49a square.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes.
a4 plus 1 is equals to 51a square, बच्चों.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So if now you will multiply it by a raised to power 17, it will give you a raised to power 21, a raised to power 17, and 51 a raised to power 19.
Yes, ma'am.
In the same way, b raised to power 21 plus b raised to power 17 is equals to 51 b raised to power 19. I will just add a raised to power 21 plus b raised to power 21, a raised to power 17 plus b raised to power 17 divided by a raised to power 19 plus b raised to power 19, and the answer must be 51. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is a PYQ. I'm just assigning you as a homework. Can I?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So this was a homework questions that on the common roots, right, Tanisha? So can you let me know what was the concept you learned today?
Transformation of equation.
Newton's formula.
Arey wow.
Common roots.
Okay. So have you learned how to implement in your PYQs?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you answer for this question? This was a question we covered in the class only in today's session.
Yes.
A cube plus B cube plus C cube upon A, B, C
Okay, so the
equals
Yes.
relation was a plus b plus c is equals to 0, or a is equals to
A
b.
is equal to B is equal to C.
Yes, ma'am.
Just great. So in the next session, that will be the last session for the quadratic. We will do two topics. One is analysis of graph, and the second one is location of roots. Okay, it was an important topic. So for the additional resources, if you want, you can have our Danti module, reference books you can refer, DPP is provided to you, teacher notes, PYQs, NCRTs, right, dear friends?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this was the whole about quadratic. It means your quadratic will be finished in the next lecture on Tuesday. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Must attempt your homework.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.